Krista here, Small Yard Big Plants. Welcome to my backyard. Thanks for tuning in again. It's been a minute since I've been back here. It's summer, it's August, it's bloody hot. So it's my least favorite time of the year. Let's be honest, I'm ready for the burn months, right? Like let's go out Halloween, let's go crisp fall mornings and go and all the things. I hate sweating in the garden. I hate sweating, period. Let's be real. So when it gets real hot in the summertime, it's really hard for me to be motivated to be out here. But look at the garden. Look at it. Look at that garden. It is getting lush and full and wild, and it's my favorite. So it's kind of overcast, probably from some wildfire somewhere. I'm not really sure. Hopefully none of that is impacting y'all, but it's bearable outside. So I'm out here. I figured I would take you all with me and we can look at what's going on in the garden, what's growing, what's maybe ready to harvest. I haven't walked around with a harvest basket in quite a while. And yeah, let's see what we can find. All right, so here's the first bed if you're looking at the garden, first one to the far right. And I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm experiencing something this year that I've never experienced before. Granted, I've only been gardening for a few years since COVID, 2020, but can you see this right here? That's a zucchini plant. This right here, I think is a patty pan maybe? Patty pan trio. They're tiny. I started them from seed and they're itty bitty, teeny weeny squash plants. Now, I don't know about y'all, but every time I grow squash or have, I mean, look at this guy. Look at him. He's just limping along. He's trying to live his best life and he is not. And I don't know what the deal is. This one over here, looking much more as I would expect it to. I can see there's a nice zucchini down in here. I'm gonna have to harvest that. Put that up so I don't forget it. But like, that's more the size that I'm anticipated. Granted, I sowed these seeds, direct sowed them into the garden same day, all the same day. And that one is doing okay. The rest of them, totally pitiful. Ignore the lettuce. You know, I grow lettuce every year and quite honestly, it's kind of like my first win in the garden. Like I just want to scatter some seeds. I want something to grow, but I never really harvest it. I don't really eat it. Sorry. But yeah, so these squash are just, here's a Magda squash, which I think might be my favorite zucchini ever. You can see one is growing. Maybe I can harvest it. I think I can get a little bit bigger. It's good, but it's just, I don't know, something is up. Some people say you shouldn't be planting sunflowers in with your veg. I've seen a lot of, you know, things saying that it matters, things saying it doesn't. You see Violet, she was jumping in the pool and now she's just my little garden buddy for the afternoon. But I don't know, do you think that's stunting my squash? Has that happened to you guys before? Put it in the comments, let me know. Like, is that something I should, I mean, maybe I won't next year and see what happens. But dang, I'm pretty disappointed. I haven't harvested a single zucchini out of this yet, which is weird, super weird for me. And right here in the middle, I've got some kale, which quite honestly, I thought for sure was gonna die from all of the little caterpillars and cabbage moths that I just honestly let them do their thing. Throw hands at them if we can, but I don't spray or anything like that. So I'm really excited for that. I think once the weather cools down, maybe it'll thrive a bit better. And this I'm really excited to show you. Violet, did you see in here? Look, this is a weeby little pumpkin. That's a pumpkin. I know, we have pumpkins. Yeah. First time growing pumpkins. And nasturtiums, of course, because they're my favorite.
Of course.
And then we've got, what is this? See, I don't even know. I don't even remember what I've sowed. Red curry squash is right here. That's a new one for us. So I have one, nice blossoms, but yeah, what's this? Dwarf Siberian kale. Is this kale? I guess it is. How about that? So I've got a couple of kale plants that are surviving. That's cool. So I've got dwarf Siberian kale, weeby little pumpkins, nasturtiums, lantana. This is a honey nut squash, which is kind of getting shaded out by there's a couple little ones, but they're so tiny. I doubt I'll get a harvest this year, which really bums me out. But oh well. I mean, you win some, you lose some, I guess. And then the bed to the left of the front, we've got some gorgeous zinnias. The bees have been loving them. They're finally popped open. Lots of fun colors, just beautiful. carrots down in there. We'll see. I think some of them bolted, so who knows if they're gonna actually have some carrots in there, but you can see I've got plenty of cucumbers living their best life, which I love. It's kind of late in the day. Sorry about the shadows, but yeah, it is what it is. But if we dig in here, lots and lots of blossoms. I've seen lots of bees coming around here doing their thing. This is a silver slicer. Probably harvest that. Oh, it's a good size. Oh yeah, I've got quite a few in here. Like I said, I haven't been out here in a few days because it's been too hot to do anything outside. And I work, and it's kind of tiring too, so. Ooh, look at that little guy back there. I wonder if you can see him. He's like way back here. Look at that guy. That's an Ashley cucumber. So I'll have to harvest some of those. The peas, sugar snap peas, they're totally done. It's way too hot. Just haven't had the energy to pull them. We've got some strawberry blonde, marigolds. Got some beets in here, which, pause for a second, you can see those are leaf miner damage, but they're bulbing up in there. They might make it anyway. Just gonna see what happens. These might be my favorite nasturtiums. I honestly don't remember what kind they are. Maybe Bloody Mary, I'm not sure. But just look at the variegation on them. The coloring is so gorgeous. Kind of looping around, we've got some more nasturtiums. Nasturtiums are a super fun trap crop and they're gorgeous. The idea is they will kind of draw bugs away from the stuff you want to eat down over to the stuff that you don't, even though technically they are edible. I just think they're pretty. Here are two more cucumber varieties. Just kind of coming back so you can see they're just climbing up the trellis. It's awesome. So we've got, let's see here. What have we got? Muncher cucumber and Wisconsin something, probably a pickling cuke. Ooh, they're pokey. Violet's radish is growing and we got to plant it, huh?
Yeah, and there's some
so there's
it's almost ready to pick.
Oh, little pickling cucumber. Oh, here's one little chunkers. This guy probably went a bit too long. So I should probably get in there and harvest. I'll show you the basket when I'm done. But hey, they're growing. That's what things want to do. It's awesome. And then these are carrots. Let's see. I don't really have, oh, I do have shoulders. Look at that. That's a carrot in there. All right. You've got a little carrot. A little carrot forest. Yeah, come on over.
Okay.
Look. Dig in the ground a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Carrot. Let's see. I might just let it go till it cools off, see what happens. Violet planted me a radish at her summer academy, summer day camp, which I think it needs to get in the soil. So she's gonna make a little hole. We're gonna transplant that guy. Now this bed is, I mean, look at it. It's just crazy and full. Like, grow, things grow. And so it's got tomatoes, it's got rutabagas, it's got peppers, basil, eggplant if they grow. I've never grown it before, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, let's take a look. So coming in here, marigold, of course, rutabagas, which are a fall crop. Hey, look, they're in there. They're growing. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I should leave those in the ground until cool weather, kind of like the carrots. Let them get colder. Here's an eggplant. By the way, this eggplant, it feels so soft. It's like velvety. That's so cool. There were blossoms, but I don't see any fruit. So I don't know if they did their thing or not. But anyway, just looking down in there, it's just like a whole mess of rutabagas and some zinnias right in here. Ooh, kohlrabi's looking good. I mean, you see holes and stuff. It's cabbage moths and whatever, but like I said, I don't spray, so I like things to be just natural and let them do what they do. So, but there's kohlrabi in there. These are some two dwarf indeterminate varieties, so they're finally getting some tomatoes on there. It's called a sweet scarlet. There's two of them. They're potato leaf. They look a little bit different. And peeking through here, that is from this plant, which is vining up exactly as it's supposed to. That is a Tigger melon, and I've never grown it before. Yet again, a kind of experiment, but I'm really excited about it. Down here, we've got some micro dwarf tomatoes, which look delicious. Hey Violet, you want a tomato?
Yes, please.
Oh, that one looks a little bit yucky. Pro tip, if things kind of break down and they look gross, just like plant it down in there. Maybe you'll get a bonus, like little volunteer. Oh, a split too. So last Tuesday, was it? We had some rain, and I'm wondering if that made it a little, just they all split. That's kind of a bummer. Here we go.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You gotta give us our official tomato review. Is it good? Is it nice and sweet? Yum. Thumbs up. She's my little tomato monster. Honestly, she would eat them green if I let her. So just, you know, I'm gonna try one of these guys. I think this might be a Red Robin Hood too, or a Red Robin Micro. Let's see.
Okay.
I just tasted the Red Robin. It's delicious. Just so good. It got on my shirt because it exploded when I ate it. That's what tomatoes should do. So you'll see the Tigger melons kind of coming down, and honestly, that's what I wanted to do. I know my hubs doesn't love it when he's trying to mow the lawn, but I don't care. Go wild, garden. Go wild. Fill us up. Do what you're gonna do. Got some, oh, here's a weed. Pull that. Lantana. There were some peppers in here too, yep. Who knows if they'll do anything. They're getting kind of crowded out. That's okay. I have other pepper plants. But yeah, this is a Tigger melon, so we'll see.
Oh, I see another cucumber over here.
Yeah, there's a lot of cucumbers, babe. She's my little cucumber investigator, looking for garden snacks.
There's
I don't see
carrot again.
I don't see any starts of melons yet, I don't think. But that's okay. Still looks beautiful. And then looping around the other side of the same bed, there's some more micro dwarf tomatoes down here, which are actually getting kind of big. That's surprising. Let's see. All right, so looking in, so here's the Tigger melon. Micro dwarf tomatoes, gotta come through, harvest those. These ones are all orange hot tomatoes, and they've taken a long time. They've taken a really long time to like ripen up, not a single one. So I'm not sure what's up with that, but who knows. But look, we have peppers of all kinds here. We've got, what do we have? Italian Sunset, which is so pretty. Corbaci, look at that. It's a curlicue. I love it. Corbaci peppers are kind of sweet and kind of smoky. They are delicious. So they get super duper long and they'll turn red. I grew them last year and they were super good. So this is my second year growing them. Down in there, what is that? I don't know what it is, but it's a good looking pepper. Maybe it's a New Mexico Parker, something like that. This is some, you know, just good old patio tomatoes. Determinate. They're finally starting to blush. Got another eggplant, some more something, rutabaga, I think. And then we've got more tomatoes. These are the determinate tomatoes. Not really blushing yet, just that one on the other plant. But all in all, good looking bed. Bed number 3. Look at this. Tomatoes, indeterminate tomatoes. Something is going wild over here. I'm gonna have to prune it off because I'm gonna come through, do some work, maybe tonight if I can not sweat to death. We'll see. I mean, ultimately, all the energy that's coming down, like things like this, that honestly, I mean, there's some flowers, but nothing crazy growing on there. It's diverting it from where the main plant is, and I would rather it put energy into where the bigger tomatoes are on the main stem. So I'm gonna come through, do some major pruning. Hello, bees. We're gonna coexist today. Ooh, look at this zinnia. It's kind of like a cactus type. That's neat. Gonna come around here. Tomatoes, basil. Ooh, this is a lovely lush by Wild Boar Farm. I can get it to come into view here. Look at how pretty that is. so gorgeous. Lots of little jelly bean tomatoes coming up. And there's some good ripe ones down there too. I gotta get in there. And as you can see, this basil bolted, which I've been trying to cut some back, but I'm letting others go because the bees love it. I'm not really eating it. Honestly, I plant it more for like pest deterrent stuff. And I haven't noticed any major caterpillar damage on my tomatoes, so I think it's doing its job. This is a chocolate cherry tomato. It's just now starting to blush, so I'm really excited. There's some good trellises on there. And then looping around, more nasturtiums. This is a ground cherry plant. Ooh, I think I've got, so ground cherries are ready. When they fall off the plant, they turn yellow, they fall off underneath, and then they're in these little husks, and they're so good. Ground cherries. Oh my gosh. It's like this sweet little pineapple-y delight. I don't know. I gotta grow them every year. I love them so much. So then we've got Armenian cucumbers, which get really, really big. They're starting to climb. They've got flowers. I know I've seen pollinators around them, but I'm not seeing any like big cucumber starts yet, but we'll see how it goes. And then coming around, I've got some lovely like cherry jewel nasturtiums, some sun sugar, sun gold tomatoes that are just, oh man. Like look at that. Look at that little group of tomatoes. Look at those loves. Oh, I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Okay, Violet, this is a sun sugar tomato.
Okay.
Give it a try. Tell me what you think. Is it really sweet?
Yeah, it is.
I think that's one of my favorite ones this year.
Oh, hi, Story.
It's the neighbor's cat.
Hello.
We call her Bonus Cat.
Yeah.
Look at this. I can't even like walk between this and the fence. It's taller than me. They're all taller than me. I need to trellis them up. Again, projects to do when I'm not sweating to death outside. But it's just like a little wild jungle of tomatoes in here, and I love it. Coming out of the tomato jungle for a minute, we've got some big sunflowers that Violet planted, and they're so pretty. Blackberries trying to do a second run, so hey, more power to them. There's 5 sunflowers. I see lots of beautiful sunnies. Oh, big, tall, luscious, beautiful. Do you love the sunflowers, Violet?
Yes.
And then coming through here, little berry patch. So blackberries, raspberries, sunflowers, strawberries, asparagus, big stalks, lots of ground filling in underneath with nasturtiums and calendula. I tried to fill in the ground. It's kind of an experiment. I've never, oh, look how beautiful it is. I don't care what anybody says, nasturtiums are just my favorite. I mean, look at them. They're such gorgeous beasties. And all of these ferns, asparagus, will kind of grow energy and set seed, and then next year have more and more and more. And then maybe in 2 years we'll be able to harvest delicious homegrown asparagus forever. Once you plant it, it grows forever. Look at that little guy coming in. You know what? You do you. Pineapple sage, one giant gorgeous zinnia that I love. Look at this beautiful thing. It's like as big as my hand. And it's just so fun. They have so many like layers of texture. The zinnias are great. A little bit of dill, trying to live. Parsley, lemon thyme, rosemary, chives, of course, parsley, some more parsley, thyme. Is that thyme? No. Oregano back there went to seed. Tulsi basil. Bees love it. I'm just gonna let them do their thing. I don't really make tea with it, but you can. And I've got some echinacea pop back there. Those sunflowers looking pretty rough. It's okay. They had a good run. Let them go. Roses, mint, lavender, and strawberries, which are pretty well gone. Got to turn the green stalk. Every so often you want to give it a couple of turns so that, you know, if things are hard in the back, you can harvest them before they get yucky like those, or, you know, the sun just gets kind of the equal coverage. There's Violet's radish that she planted in next to the peas. It's got red shoulders. We'll see if it lives. Coming back down the middle here of the garden, we've got this middle orange bed. Coming up this way, these are some kind of, oh, mini love watermelon. Look, it's a baby watermelon. I wonder if I have a couple others. There's one right there. So you have at least 2 so far. I'll come back through and try to help trellis them up, trying to escape. But I'm really, really excited to have some little watermelons. We'll see if we can get them to go to harvest. Peppers, marigolds. I'm excited because I feel like we actually have decent peppers this year. I really wasn't sure what was going to happen, but you can see some variegated salatigas in there. Beautiful, beautiful purple peppers. Got some jalapenos coming in. They're kind of hard to see. Sorry about this light, guys. Have to check and see what those are. This Santa Fe Grande sweet peppers coming in. We've got something big there. New Mexico Parker. Fish peppers. Some random little sunflowers. I think they're Sunspot Dwarf that I put in the back. Beautiful Sugar Rush Peach. Want to let those get more peachy color. New Mexico Parker, Cajun bell pepper. Those are some of my favorite flavor-wise. They're so good. Got some more jalapenos growing. Yes. Ooh, a hot paprika pepper. That's what those are. Cool. Poblanos. Candy cane hot pepper. Kind of looks like a Hungarian black, but it says candy cane hot. I don't know. We'll see. But hey, I bet they're going to be delicious. But yeah, at least a few good hot peppers in there. Future salsa, folks. I love it. Okay, coming up on the last bed. You can hear I'm like out of breath just because it's so hot outside right now. Whew. Indeterminate tomatoes living their best life. Up taller than the thing. You can see it's kind of sagging a little bit. I'm gonna have to drop them down, do some big work, but wait till it cools off a bit. But let's take a look. I've got some more ground cherries, which again, oh, yep, I do see one back there. They get yellow, fall off the husk, then you can eat them. Delicious. This one is Queen of the Night from Baker Creek, this dark black. Gosh, look at this. Tomatoes that are purple like this have really rich, I think it's called anthocyanins. Sciencey term. More sun, darker they get. So cool. They're gonna be just delicious, and they're all over the plant, which is great. Basil, 2 pineapples, pineapple tomatoes, not the fruit. As you can see, this one really isn't doing a whole lot. I mean, it's growing, there's flowers, but we did have like triple-digit heat and it dropped a lot of blossoms. So I don't have a lot of like fruit on that one. This one right here is a really good size, hefty pineapple, and there's more at the top. So we'll see. Hopefully it keeps going. This I'm super excited about. It's called a Thornburn terracotta. Thornburn? Thorburn? I don't know. I don't know how to say it. There's an N in there. Getting real tall. But look at those. And it's yellowing, which for this one is blushing. It turns into like a terracotta color, which of course I've heard, you know, is delicious, but it's also my favorite color and I'm super excited about it. Coming around the back, got more sunflowers, which the bees love. Bringing on all of the pollinators, which I need them to come and visit. And then look at this beast here in the corner. There's like just stuff everywhere. Tomatoes. This is Dr. Witchy's, again, I don't know how to say it, but just lots and lots of awesome tomatoes that I can't wait to eat. And like, again, I can barely get through. They're just so big, but that's my favorite because look, you can like hide in here and no one can find you in the tomato jungle. Paul Robeson, I've heard, is some of the most delicious tomatoes you'll ever eat. I can't wait to eat mine. Oxheart, finally starting to size up. They're getting, I mean, this little guy is going to turn into one of like the meatiest tomatoes you've ever had. I grew them last year and they were amazing. Here's another one down here, really good size. Just, oh, so much meat on them. It's delicious. Hardly any seeds, not a ton of juice, just like, oh, so good. And this one I am super psyched about. There are so many like groups of tomatoes all over this plant. It's a Crimson Carmelo from M.I. Gardner. If the flavor is anything remotely yummy, I'm gonna grow it again because I think it's the most productive plant I have in the garden, which is really cool. And we're back to the side, internal side of this bed. I've got some more marigolds, maybe some zinnias in there, lantana, and this guy. These are Chinese noodle beans, which have been struggling. I don't know if it's been too hot or what, but you can tell they're kind of like super light green color, but they're finally starting to vine up. Oh, look. It's a blushing Crimson Carmelo tomato. I can't wait to eat it. I just want to eat tomatoes and make salsa. Is that so wrong? Anyway, Chinese noodle beans will vine up and they grow literally like a yard long, 3 feet long beans. They're so awesome. I can't wait. But yeah, so this is my garden, you guys. It's hot. I'm not giving it hardly as much attention as it needs, but that's okay. It's growing. It's doing what it needs to do. And soon enough, we'll make some salsa. So with that sweaty mess, I'm gonna sign off and say take care. Do what brings you joy, even when it's ridiculously hot outside. And I should go get some water. Maybe I'll drop a picture of the harvest basket when I'm done. We'll see. Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.
No, you're
Till next
not.
time.